Welcome to the LaunchPreneur experience. My name is Fernanda Furman, and I'm here with Cheryl Oliver. And I'm so grateful that Cheryl is here today to share with you about funnels, about sales pages, about what makes a great offer. So welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you so much, Fernanda. Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be part of this experience.
Oh, thank you. And Cheryl, she is a sales page creator for coaches. And can you tell a little bit about your background and about the title of your presentation and why the audience wanted to watch it?
Of course. So I am a funnel builder and a copywriter. I did FG Society. I'm a certified master marketer, and I've been building funnels for 2 years for coaches and course creators. I started out building funnels and then I niched down into sales page because I really believe that the sales page is the most important component of a funnel. So that's what I do now. I create sales pages specifically for coaches, along with my husband. Actually, he does the design and I do the copy. We work together in a team, in a partnership. So today I'll be talking about the myth of launching using a funnel. And it's such a great topic, and it's really close to my heart because when I started out, I thought that you could just use a funnel, you could just build a funnel, and it would magically fix any other problems, or you wouldn't have to do the pre-work to actually get your offer right and to know who your ideal client is. And I could skip all the hard work and all the and just magically move on to a high converting funnel and have the launch of my dreams. But the truth is that there's just a lot of steps that you have to take before you can get a really good working funnel. And I really want to talk to people about this so that they don't feel like if their first funnel doesn't work or their first launch isn't perfect, that they don't give up, because there's lots of hope out there, and it's important to collect information and to improve and to get better.
Absolutely. And I'm a proof of that because I was dropped by my copywriter and I couldn't build my funnel because I didn't have my copy to give to the to the funnel builder so they could build my funnel. And at first, I just thought I was all taken care of. So having somebody that can actually create your copy and build your funnel all together, it's a godsend. That's like a miracle in a box.
Yeah, absolutely. So, separating out those components is quite hard, just delays everything, doesn't it?
It does. Absolutely. So I invite everybody to watch her presentation because this is very important. And I love what you shared about. It's not just about creating a funnel or people duplicating people's funnels and thinking that they made $1 million with this funnel, I'm going to make $1 million and I'm just going to tweak the words. It doesn't work like that. So absolutely. I can't wait to see your presentation as well. And when you sign up for this event, you actually got her free gift, which is the No BS guide to client attraction. So make sure you get your free gift. And also, she has an action step for you to post in a group after you watch the presentation. She would like to know what funnel are you currently using for your business, what has been successful, why and why not. And she's going to give you feedback in the group.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Fernanda.
Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. And let's dive into the presentation.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Oliver, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the 3 myths of using a funnel to launch. Let's get started. That's me. I'm Cheryl. Let's just move that over here. I'm a mom of a cheeky 3-year-old. I used to be a web developer before I started my business. I did that for 4 years before I started creating funnels for coaches. I've been writing since I was 10, but only really recently realized my talents as a copywriter. I fought it for a long time because of imposter syndrome, and I didn't believe I was good enough. And then I started writing copy for clients. I kind of dove in and I started showing my copy to copywriters, and they were like, this is really good. So I was like, oh. So lesson learned as far as imposter syndrome is concerned. And now together with my partner, I create amazing sales pages for coaches. So I'm really excited to talk to you today about these 3 myths, tell you why they're not accurate and what you can do instead to use a funnel to launch. So what is a funnel? I think there's a lot of misconceptions about a funnel, and I've had many heated discussions with people about this, where they've said to me that a funnel has to be this complicated thing. The truth is that a funnel is any series of steps that lead someone from a prospect to a buyer. So for example, if you post something on social media saying, hey, would you like to book a discovery call with me? And someone goes through to that link and books a discovery call with you, you make a sale from that discovery call. That is a funnel. It's a simple funnel, but it is a funnel. A funnel does not have to be super complicated. It doesn't have to require any tech at all. Basically, it's just the steps that you lead someone from prospect to buyer. That's it. What makes a great funnel is the foundations, basically. And I'm going to get a little bit into this now in a minute. So I'm not going to give away all my information now. So let's rather move on, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the 3 myths. So myth number 1. A funnel is a magical answer to scale quickly. I've seen this a lot in my business where people come to me and they want to add a funnel into their business, and they feel like, or they've been sold this lie that if they use a funnel, and this is all over the online space, if you use a funnel, you are going to scale quickly no matter what. No matter how much work you've done prior to actually using the funnel. And this is just not true. It cannot be further from the truth, unfortunately. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, and people won't believe me because there are coaches out there saying that if you use a funnel, you'll be able to make 6 figures in 6 months. And yes, obviously there are people out there that can make 6 figures in 6 months. But without the foundational information, the foundational work that you have to do in your business, that is not possible. So a funnel alone, it does not magically equal success. I want you to listen to this. This should be your mantra at the beginning of your business. And I'm not judging anyone here, because I absolutely fell into this trap myself, because I wanted to believe so badly that I could hit 6 figures in 6 months if I just used ads and created a magical funnel for my business. And the truth is that it's just not accurate. You still need good foundations. You need to do the work up front in your business. You have to do the research. You have to have good messaging, and you have to have a great offer. And without doing all the foundational work, your offer will not be great, because you haven't actually spoken to your audience to find out what they want, what they need, what their actual problem is, and what motivates them to actually make decisions in their business. And lastly, I just wanted to say, ads are not an easy strategy for traffic anymore. We have to be aware of all these iOS changes that have happened. Therefore, all of this foundational work is so much more important, because you cannot just add ads to anything these days and it will magically scale or magically convert. It just doesn't work anymore. So because ads are costing more and more these days. And the foundational work is what makes ads actually profitable. So if you do all the foundational work, if you do the research, if you get your messaging exactly right, and you have a great offer, you can add ads behind it. You can put paid ads to your offer, and it will scale and it will work. I know a lot of people are saying the ads aren't working anymore, nobody's using Facebook ads, but it's just not true. The truth is those people never had great messaging in the beginning. So the ads were working for them, but they were only just making them profitable. Whereas now you really have to work on those foundational steps before you add paid ads behind something to get it to scale well and still be profitable. So myth number 2, your first funnel is going to be profitable. And this is also a hard pill to swallow, because it's something that a lot of people struggle with, is they think that if they create a funnel, it's just going to be profitable the first time. And the truth is that unfortunately funnels need a lot of work, which is why funnel builders charge a lot of money. So myth number 2, this happens very rarely. Yes, there are people that are very profitable with their first funnels. Most of the time it's because, once again, they've got all their foundations really well, or it's because they actually ran a business before they started this business and they've done funnels in their previous business. And this is like the elevation of that first business, possibly the elevation of their experience. People don't tell you that because they want you to believe that there's this magical pill, but the truth is that most of the time your first funnel is not going to be profitable. And that's okay, because it's part of the learning curve. And the idea behind it is that you are going to get all these great metrics. You're going to understand what your audience wants. You're going to understand how you can tweak it. And the idea behind it is that you tweak and test as you go along, so that the second one is profitable, and the third one is more profitable, and the fourth one is even more profitable. And that's how people scale, not by throwing all of their money at their first funnel and then just assuming that it's going to be profitable. It's about listening to your audience, understanding what they want, what resonates with them, what messaging resonates with them. So don't, this is why I'm telling you this, because I really don't want you to give up. I don't want you to have your first, like, for you to throw all your hopes and dreams into your first funnel. And when it flops, if it flops, that you give up because funnels don't work for you. The truth is, not many people have profitable funnels the first time. So don't let that discourage you, and make sure that you're prepared for that, so that you can pace yourself. Do your first funnel, see what works, see what doesn't, and then try again the next time. Myth number 3, you need complicated funnel software. I have built my business on creating funnels that are simple and clear and are based on good foundations. And so this really bothers me, this untruth, this myth that's going around. And a lot of people want you to believe this, because they want you to believe that you need a funnel builder for the complicated funnel software. And so when you look at the software, you're like, I don't know how to do this, therefore I need a funnel builder. The truth is, you don't need complicated funnel software. You just do need all the stuff that I've just said previously. You need good foundations, you need a good offer, you need good messaging. And once all of that is in place, your funnel will convert. It doesn't matter what software you use. So you only really need a landing page and an email service provider, an ESP, an email service provider. So something like ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, MailerLite. You only really need those 2 things. And this is the basis of my business, is that all you really need is a good landing page. So that's a sales page, an opt-in page, something where people go in to actually take an action. They're either going to buy something or they're going to sign up for something. And you need an email service provider, because if email follow-up is really important. And this is something that a lot of people don't, when you're starting out, they don't realize that the emails are a really key aspect to the funnel, reminding people to take action. So you only need a landing page and an email service provider. And that's my focus, is I work on sales pages, opt-in pages that are simple, that you can set up on your website, that are easy to maintain, basically, and easy to duplicate. But working on the foundations means that's all you need. So you can do a live launch really easily with a sales page and a checkout page and a confirmation page and some emails, basically, and you connect that all up quite easily. So you don't need to sign up to some very expensive software like ClickFunnels, where you're paying $100 a month. You could set this up on your website, and it could cost you nothing more than what you're paying for your website already. So don't procrastinate over making a big investment, because you feel like, and also just, all the research that people do. I've seen people get stuck in this so many times, where they feel like they have to find the perfect software. So they go and research 20 different funnel building software, and then they get stuck in that. They get stuck in that kind of that loop of like, I don't know what's the right software. This one looks too complicated. This one looks not good enough. This one's too expensive, so I can't afford it, so I can't move forward. Don't get stuck there, because it's just not necessary. You could easily set everything up on your website. Do make sure that you still can track your conversions, though. And this is where the funnel building software does make things a little easier, is because that's kind of all built in, which is the reason why a lot of people do go for them. But you can do this kind of thing on your website. You can set this up quite easily with Google Analytics. Otherwise, there's a lot of like plugins that you can use for WordPress. If you use WordPress, that you can add onto your website so that you can track conversions. Tracking conversions is still really important. And I think this is also, a lot of people forget to track their conversions. And then when your funnel doesn't work as well as you would like it to, you feel like you failed. But the truth is that you probably firstly, you don't know your conversion, so there's no way to know whether the funnel failed. And secondly of all, you might have the wrong expectations of what is a good funnel, what are the conversion rates that you're looking for. So that leaves me right at the end of this presentation. I know that was super quick and I went through that fairly quickly, and I'd love for everyone to ask me some questions in the group if they have any questions about these 3 myths. So I'm going to quickly go through what you can do instead to have a profitable funnel. So make sure you have your foundations nailed. So like I said in the beginning, make sure that you're doing your market research about your client, talking to your clients. I mean, it doesn't have to be as like, what's the word, austere as saying market research. This is just conversations. You're just having conversations with the people in your audience. And sometimes that can feel very scary. I know in the beginning of my business, I really struggled with this because I didn't want to get on calls with people and I didn't want to put myself out there. I was scared that people wouldn't like my offer or my ideas. And that's absolutely valid. Don't let that stop you though, because it's really important. The foundational steps are the most important. This is the difference between you having a profitable launch and not. Making sure that you speak to people, get an idea of how they talk about their problems, get an idea of what their dream life looks like so that you can speak to that and speak to them about what their problems actually are. Like, do they know what the problem is related to your offer? So having conversations with people is really hard. Making sure that you write down those responses, record the calls, or make a log of survey responses so that you can come back to those things when you are coming up with your offer ideas, coming up with the name of your challenge, coming up with the bonuses of your sales page or your offer. Like, all of these things feed into those responses, the responses of the actual people that you're trying to sell to. Number 2, track your metrics. So important. Nobody does this. Like, it's really important to know that how many people converted, how many people signed up to the challenge, how many people arrived live to your 5-day challenge, how many people bought from the people that actually attended the live trainings. Those are really important, because what happens is people don't know the industry standards and they have very high expectations of how many people they think are going to buy. And then when that doesn't happen, they feel like they failed. But the truth is that actually you only really can expect 1 to 8% of people to buy off a sales page. You can only expect 1 to 10% of people to buy off a webinar. You can only expect between 4 and 10% of people to buy from a 5-day challenge. And these are industry standards. And yes, there are people that break those standards. There are people that do amazingly well and they do way better than that. But that is what you can expect. And especially if you're doing this the first time, that is what you should expect. And generally on the lower side of those percentages, if this is your first time. And then thirdly of all, keep testing. Don't give up. It's all a learning curve. You're going to do your first launch and it might not work. You might only get 2 or 3 people signed up. You might get none. My first launch was a complete failure, but I moved on. I took that as a learning curve. I wrote down the reasons why I thought it wasn't working and I tried again. So that's all I have to say today. And I hope you found that really helpful. There's me again, and I'd love for you to grab my workbook, which is the No BS Guide to Client Attraction. The only 3 things you need to know about your ideal client to start attracting them with your offers, your content, and your sales pages. That's the link. You can go and get it. And otherwise, I'll be in the group answering questions. And if you have any questions about my presentation, I'd love to have a chat with you and answer your questions. Thank you so much. Bye.